power. They have favorable matchups against every other class in 1v1s with the exception of Rogue, who will be their toughest fight in the early stages of the expansion. Nonetheless, they are the gold standard for 1v1 and we are giving them a total score of 5 for dueling. But it doesn't stop there, as DKs are one of the few melee classes that are super well-rounded in random battlegrounds. Here, mechanics like Death Grip become infinitely more valuable for controlling teamfights, while AMZ becomes much stronger when used to negate high AoE damage. Not to mention, DKs are able to do considerable AoE damage of their own thanks to Pestilence spreading diseases. Above all though, DKs offer 2 strong zoning options with both Chains of Ice and Desecration, making them one of the best specs for keeping players in and out of skirmishes. Again, DKs will score a 5 in the BG category. World PvP is the only place where DKs might struggle. Since they are so cooldown centric, it is never guaranteed that they will have CDs ready for surprise attacks. And without any reliable way to manage multiple enemy players, DKs might actually face issues in open world PvP, where we give them a 3.5 to round out their score. Next up, we have Druid, where both Feral and Balance take turns as the preferred spec. Feral is a contender for one of the best melee dueling specs. In most cases, they rely heavily on a hit-and-run playstyle, stunning enemy players, building combo points for bleeds or Savage Roar, and then kiting away using instant cyclones or entangling roots thanks to predatory strikes. They need to play like this because they are relatively squishy in cat form and generally don't fare well going toe-to-toe with enemy melee. Their goal is to eventually reset the fight enough to apply all of their bleeds and overwhelm the enemy player in an unbreakable stun. Although they might have one of the highest skill caps in the game, we give them a score of 4 for duels, assuming they know what they're doing. In BGs, Balanced Druid takes our pick as preferred DPS class. This really shouldn't come as any surprise to anyone familiar with the post-Wrath RPG meta. Turns out, having a highly mobile class with tons of AoE damage is also really good in Wrath of the Lich King random battlegrounds. Starfall is an entirely different beast in Wrath of the Lich King, dealing some insanely high DPS over a very short period of time. When combined with AoE dots, Boomkins have some of the highest DPS in BGs. And again, thanks to their stealth and mobility, they are a jack of all trades, able to play multiple roles on any map, giving them a score of 4 on our rankings. For World PvP, we go back to the King of the Jungle with Feral as the clear winner in open world environments. Once again, we're assuming that situations might evolve into 1v2 scenarios, which Feral Druids are actually equipped to handle thanks to predatory strikes. The ability to instant clone or root enemy players gives them far better control than their Boomkin counterparts when dealing with multiple attackers. We give Feral Druids a score of 4 in open world PvP. That brings us to Hunters. For the most part, all 3 specs do comparatively well in duels. Not the best, but still good enough to be a challenging matchup, even for some of the meta classes. BM is a bit more gimmicky and more or less auto wins into any caster thanks to Bestial Wrath. The combined CC immunity with high amounts of physical damage is able to truck through Warlocks and Mages quite easily. Other classes are not exactly free wins, especially if they have some way of simply avoiding Bestial Wrath damage with a defensive cooldown. Marksmanship is overall the better spec, especially against melee, where they can simply max range most attacks and deny gap closers thanks to disengage. All in all though, we give Hunters a score of 3.5 for duels. As for BGs, the story is quite different. Here, Hunters are one of the most impactful classes. On FC maps, they can play utility role, zoning off flag carriers into specific choke points to set up small ganks with rogues. Outside of this though, Hunters are just one of the more useful BG classes. Their high mobility combined with meaningful burst damage and a ranged MS effect gives them a deserved spot in any BG roster, and we give them a score of 4.5. For World PvP, Hunters are actually quite good and might fare slightly better than they do in duels. Being able to reliably kite multiple enemy players while also having cross CC potential makes them very well suited for the open world, especially where they aren't limited by the dueling range, which means they can simply kite until infinity and are really the only class that can do nearly all of its DPS rotation on the move. Here, Hunters score a 4 out of 5. Moving on, we have Mage, which as you will find scores consistently high in all of our categories. Frost Mage does well into every melee with the exception of DK, and its worst matchups against ranged are probably Hunters and Shadow Priest. Everything else is fair game. One huge advantage Mage has in duels is the ability to constantly reset the fight if needed. A simple polymorph to drink combo is enough to turn losing matches around, and their multiple roots and blink stun make them super slippery against most of the melee cast. Altogether, we give them a score of 4 for duels. In BGs, mages can play a role similar to hunters, though arguably less effective as they aren't able to do much damage while moving. In any case, mages can play a very dynamic function on any map, whether it be controlling mid-fights with polymorphs or counterspell, or even playing a strict zoning role, blocking off enemy flag carriers just like hunters. Because of their flexibility, we give them a score of 4 for BGs. Finally, we have World PvP, where again, mages can hold their ground. Remember that open world ganks sometimes involve unfair matchups against multiple players, but luckily the expansive control kit of a mage makes this fairly manageable. One unique quirk of Frost Mage is that they get a free Nova with Shattered Barrier every time their shield breaks, and this Nova doesn't share DR with other freezing effects, making them super evasive in 1v1 combat. Pair that with the fact that mages aren't that reliable on CDs and usually have Cold Snap available when needed, and they're actually well suited for open world PvP, where we give them a hat-trick score of 4. Next up, we have Paladins, who are a bit too specialized to score high in dueling. There is one thing that a Ret Paladin needs in order to do well: uptime. That is because a lot of their self-healing is baked into Art of War procs, which grants them instant Flash of Light casts after melee critical strikes, and can even be bolstered with an additional talent called Sheath of Light. Because so much of their self-healing relies on being able to stay on target, this makes them naturally bad against any class that can zone, most notably Hunters, Mages, Shamans, and Warlocks. On the flip side, Ret does fairly well into melee since they can be a bit more durable thanks to more self-heals, and are incredibly tanky when playing a one-handed spec, which you can learn about in our Ret Paladin starter course. In Battlegrounds, Holy Paladin becomes the preferred spec and represents one side of the Battleground healer trinity alongside Resto Druids and Disc Priests. Much of the tech that makes Holy Paladin good in arenas happens to translate perfectly to BGs, where Divine Sacrifice is one of the few AoE damage mitigation tools in the game, helping slow down teamfights with a single button. And of course, Paladins are one of the few classes with a magic dispel, and Holy just so happens to come equipped with one of the most broken tools in the game for bolstering their team's passive defense with Sacred Cleansing, which is massively frustrating to any caster DPS and prevents a lot of AoE pressure. World PvP is where Paladins have their weakest showing. Again, their biggest weakness is just needing to have uptime on enemy targets, which is never guaranteed in the expansive open
Bro,
world.
I literally do not agree with skill capped on this. I feel like Ret is insane.
Might be able to manage against some melee, its self-healing isn't powerful enough to deal with more than one attacker at a time. Because of this, we give Ret a score of 2.5 in open world PvP. Next up, we have Priests. Although Disc can actually do well in 1v1s, we're gonna assume most people would prefer to duel. Shadow in particular will have its own set of mana problems early expansion, which is one of its main limiting factors until later seasons, where PvE The story doesn't end there though, as rogues are also the best class in world PvP. Again, you probably already knew this, so we're gonna keep it brief. If you even manage to live through their Shadow Dance without a PvP trinket, you have to contend with seemingly infinite cooldowns, which can all be reset, by the way, thanks to preparation. So yes, rogues score a 5 for world PvP as well. Moving on, we have a bit of a wild card, Shaman. For duels, Enhancement beats out Elemental. Even though Ellie might have a spot at the top of arena tier lists, it is just too slow to work effectively in highly explosive duels, which is why Enhancement is the premier dueling spec. A lot of this boils down to one cooldown, Wolves. If you weren't aware by now, Feral Spirit is one of the strongest cooldowns in the game, giving the Shaman massive damage, mobility, and self-healing for 45 seconds. These wolves can be killed, but you would probably be dead before that even happens. Their matchup spread is pretty decent, and their hardest 1v1s are against DKs and rogues, which really shouldn't come as a surprise. With favorable matchups into the rest of the cast, we give Enhance a score of 4 in dueling. BGs are a different story, and this is where Elemental really shines. Look, every Shaman spec is passively good in BGs thanks to Bloodlust and of course the infinite amount of unique utility that totems are able to provide. Elemental just happens to have one of the best team-wide buffs thanks to Totem of Wrath, combined with some incredible AoE damage. Oh yeah, and they can knock people off cliffs, of course, so that's cool enough to give them a score of 4 out of 5. Open world PvP is where Shamans really struggle. Both Elemental and Enhancement will find problems here. Again, Elemental is just too slow to deal with highly volatile skirmishes. In reality, it really needs to sit there and ramp up its damage a bit while also needing to hard cast. This works in Arena, but isn't that ideal for 1v2 ganks. Enhance, on the other hand, is fairly weak without wolves, and when they aren't available in the open world, Enhance becomes a much weaker spec. Altogether though, Shamans get a score of 2 for world PvP. Moving on, we have Warlocks, who are on a similar power level to Mages in duels. One thing that may surprise you is that Destro Warlocks almost exclusively play with succubus pets, who are able to quickly seduce targets out of seeing warriors score so low surprises you, we should note that all this information came directly from some of the best Wrath players of all time. We've been working alongside these players to bring you an epic new website for Wrath of the Lich King that includes in-depth class guides and arena commentaries that are specifically designed to put you ahead of the competition and fast. A single subscription gets you access to Wrath Classic, Shadowlands, and eventually Dragonflight content, which is amazing value. Visit the link below for a discount offer. Anyway, we want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments below and tell us your plans for Wrath of the Lich King. We will be pumping out WoW PvP content weekly, so let us know what you would like to see next on our channel. Until then, see you soon.
All these there's so many DKs. Actually, it's kind of fucking crazy, man. Like, I knew people would play DK, obviously, right? But I didn't think it'd be this bad. I have a feeling a lot of people are actually gonna play the class. It's like the first hero class, and like I think people remember DK as being like pretty good back then. I don't know about the first few seasons. They're supposed to be really insane the first few seasons. Towards the end, they obviously aren't that good, but you know, they get carried by Shadow Moon in the end, I guess. And they're still not even that insane. But in the beginning, I know they were crazy, but obviously we're playing on a different patch. I don't even know. I need to run this bed away so I can intervene. Oh shit. Alright, intervene. Try Trinket Sap? That'd be really dumb, actually. Trigger this. The feint so he doesn't cheat me again. Flare now, disengage. Turn on Hawk. There's no cooldowns. Meld, ready, sincere again. Flare again. I can't free him or anything, obviously. We gotta kill the rogue.
Exclusive guides teach you the ins and outs of your class and all the secrets. We will start things off with DKs since they play a super important role in the Wrath of the Lich King solo meta. We're confident in saying that DK is the best overall dueling class since they are super well equipped for 1v1 situations. Death Knights are one of the few classes with multiple cooldowns, with powerful offensive tools like Gargoyle and generalized defensive tech with AMS, Icebound Fortitude, and self-healing. This makes DKs an execution test in any dueling setting as they can gradually rotate through their multiple defensive options while challenging virtually every class with their offensive power. They have favorable matchups against every other class in 1v1s with the exception of Rogue, who will be their toughest fight in the early stages of the expansion. Nonetheless, they are the gold standard for 1v1 and we are giving them a total score of 5 for dueling. But it doesn't stop there, as DKs are one of the few melee classes that are super well-rounded in random battlegrounds. Here, mechanics like Death Grip become infinitely more valuable for controlling teamfights, while AMZ becomes much stronger when used to negate high AoE damage. Not to mention, DKs are able to do considerable AoE damage of their own thanks to Pestilence spreading diseases. Above all though, DKs offer 2 strong zoning options with both Chains of Ice and Desecration, making them one of the best specs for keeping players in and out of skirmishes. Again, DKs will score a 5 in the BG category. World PvP is the only place where DKs might struggle. Since they are so cooldown centric, it is never guaranteed they will have cities ready for surprise attacks. And without any reliable way to manage multiple enemy players, DKs might actually face issues in open world PvP where we give them a 3.5 to round out their score. Next up, we have Druid, where both Feral and Balance take turns as the preferred spec. Feral is a contender for one of the best melee dueling specs. In most cases, they rely heavily on a hit-and-run playstyle, stunning enemy players, building combo points for bleeds or Savage Roar, and then kiting away using instant cyclones or entangling roots thanks to predatory strikes. They need to play like this because they are relatively squishy in cat form and generally don't fare well going toe-to-toe with enemy melee. Their goal is to eventually reset the fight enough to apply all of their bleeds and overwhelm the enemy player in an unbreakable stun. Although they might have one of the highest skill caps in the game, we give them a score of 4 for duels, assuming they know what they're doing. In BG's, Balanced Druid takes our pick as preferred DPS class. This really shouldn't come as any surprise to anyone familiar with the post-Wrath RPG meta. Turns out, having a highly mobile class with tons of AoE damage is also really good in Wrath of the Lich King random battlegrounds. Starfall is an entirely different beast in Wrath of the Lich King, dealing some insanely high DPS over a very short period of time. When combined with AoE dots, Boomkins have some of the highest DPS in BG's. And again, thanks to their stealth and mobility, they are a jack of all trades, able to play multiple roles on any map, giving them a score of 4 on our rankings. For World PvP, we go back to the king of the jungle with Feral as the clear winner in open world environments. Once again, we're assuming that situations might evolve into 1v2 scenarios, which Feral Druids are actually equipped to handle thanks to predatory strikes. The ability to instant clone or root enemy players gives them far better control than their boomkin counterparts when dealing with multiple attackers. We give Feral Druids a score of 4 in open world PvP. That brings us to Hunters. For the most part, all three specs do comparatively well in duels. Not the best, but still good enough to be a challenging matchup, even for some of the meta classes. BM is a bit more gimmicky and more or less auto wins into any caster thanks to Bestial Wrath. The combined CC immunity with high amounts of physical damage is able to truck through warlocks and mages quite easily. Other classes are not exactly free wins, especially if they have some way of simply avoiding Bestial Wrath damage with a defensive cooldown. Marksmanship is overall the better spec, especially against melee, where they can simply max range most attacks and deny gap closers still engage. All in all though, we give Hunters a score of 3.5 for duels. As for BGs, the story is quite different. Here, Hunters are one of the most impactful classes. On FC maps, they can play utility role, zoning off flag carriers into specific choke points to set up small ganks with rogues. Outside of this though, Hunters are just one of the more useful BG classes. Their high mobility combined with meaningful burst damage and a ranged MS effect gives them a deserved spot in any BG roster, and we give them a score of 4.5. For World PvP, Hunters are actually quite good and might fare slightly better than they do in duels. Being able to reliably kite multiple enemy players while also having cross CC potential makes them very well suited for the open world, especially where they aren't limited by the dueling range, which means they can simply kite until infinity and are really the only class that can do nearly all of its DPS rotation on the move. Here, Hunters score a 4 out of 5. Moving on, we have Mage, which as you will find scores consistently high in all of our categories. Frost Mage does well into every melee with the exception of DK, and its worst matchups against ranged are probably Hunters and Shadow Priest. Everything else is fair game. One huge advantage Mage has in duels is the ability to constantly reset the fight if needed. A simple polymorph to drink combo is enough to turn losing matches around, and their multiple roots and blink stun make them super slippery against most of the melee cast. Altogether, we give them a score of 4 for duels. In BGs, mages can play a role similar to hunters, though arguably less effective as they aren't able to do much damage while moving. In any case, mages can play a very dynamic function on any map, whether it be controlling mid-fights with polymorphs or counterspell, or even playing a strict zoning role, blocking off enemy flag carriers just like hunters. Because of their flexibility, we give them a score of 4 for BGs. Finally, we have World PvP, where again, mages can hold their ground. Remember that open world ganks sometimes involve unfair matchups against multiple players, but luckily the expansive control kit of a mage makes this fairly manageable. One unique quirk of Frost Mage is that they get a free Nova with Shattered Barrier every time their shield breaks, and this Nova doesn't share DR with other freezing effects, making them super evasive in 1v1 combat. Pair that with the fact that mages aren't that reliable on CDs and usually have Cold Snap available when needed, and they're actually well suited for open world PvP, where we give them a hat-trick score of 4. Next up, we have Paladins, who are a bit too specialized to score high in dueling. There is one thing that a Ret Paladin needs in order to do well: uptime. That is because a lot of their self-healing is baked into Art of War procs, which grants them instant flash of light casts after melee critical strikes, and can even be bolstered with an additional talent called Sheath of Light. Because so much of their self-healing relies on being able to stay on target, this makes them naturally bad against any class that can zone, most notably hunters, mages, shamans, and warlocks. On the flip side, Ret does fairly well into melee since they can be a bit more durable thanks to more self-heals, and are incredibly tanky when playing a one-handed spec, which you can learn about in our Ret Paladin starter course. In Battlegrounds, Holy Paladin becomes the preferred spec and represents one side of the Battleground healer trinity alongside Resto Druids and Disc Priests. Much of the tech that makes Holy Paladin good in arenas happens to translate perfectly to BGs, where Divine Sacrifice is one of the few AoE damage mitigation tools in the game, helping slow down teamfights with a single button. And of course, Paladins are one of the few classes with a magic dispel, and Holy just so happens to come equipped with one of the most broken tools in the game for bolstering their team's passive defense with Sacred Cleansing, which is massively frustrating to any caster DPS and prevents a lot of AoE pressure. World PvP is where Paladins have their weakest showing. Again, their biggest weakness is just needing to have uptime on enemy targets, which is never guaranteed in the expansive open world where some classes are able to kite for miles on end. Although Ret might be able to manage against some melee, its self-healing isn't powerful enough to deal with more than one attacker at a time. Because of this, we give Ret a score of 2.5 in open world PvP. Next up, we have Priests. Although Disc can actually do well in 1v1s, we're going to assume most people would prefer to duel as Shadow. Shadow is a bit of a wild card in duels and relies heavily on line of sight for success. That is because the class is built to weave in and out, dotting targets with instant casts, using CC when players connect, and then avoiding or healing enemy damage when needed. All of this becomes easier with a pillar. The main win condition for Shadow is live until the second Psychic Scream, using the first one to force out trinkets, and then stalling long enough to capitalize on a 2-timer. But without a pillar, Shadow will struggle massively into the likes of Death Knights, Feral Druids, Hunters, and even Warriors, all of which have mechanics to avoid getting feared. For BGs, Disc becomes the preferred spec, as again, it is one of the best battleground healers. There are a few reasons for this, one being the strength of Prayer of Mending, which is easily one of the most mana-efficient AoE heals. Secondly though, Priests have the strongest defensive Dispel, being able to remove 2 magic effects at once with a single key press. This makes them really good at keeping their teammates free of debuffs, especially when utilizing the haste buff from Borrowed Time, which can have insanely high uptime with multiple shield targets. World PvP is definitely where Priests will struggle, as both specs will undoubtedly have mana issues in random open world skirmishes. Shadow in particular will have its own set of mana problems early expansion, which is one of its main limiting factors until later seasons, where PvE trinkets can help mitigate this issue. Until then, we're giving Priests a low score of 2 for World PvP. And now for everyone's favorite class, Rogue. We hate to break it to you, Rogues just aren't that good in duels. I mean, they struggle super hard into Ret Paladins because of Divine Purpose turning Hand of Freedom into a Stunbreaker, and of course, having a counter instantly makes Rogues bad, right? No, we're totally kidding. Aside from DK, Rogue is arguably the best dueling class. In fact, sub-rogues are one of the few specs that can actually beat DK's 1v1 in early Season 5. But that requires a bit of technical knowledge of both classes, which of course can be difficult to learn if you're new to Wrath. But luckily, this sort of knowledge is exactly what we teach in our courses, where you can learn how to master your damage, cooldowns, and learn all the interactions your spec has with other classes. And with our Knowing Your Enemy course, you learn how to counter any opponent in Wrath Classic, whether it be duels or arena. Visit the link below for an exclusive pre-launch offer. Anyway, back to Rogues and what makes them broken. Shadow Dance damage is absolutely insane and puts enemy players in a checkmate situation automatically. If they trinket the Shadow Dance, a full blind reset is possible, where they will then have to deal with Cloak, Evasion, Sprint, and Vanish in order to win. And look, if you've played WoW in any capacity, you already know that Rogues are the kings of battlegrounds. There is not a single class that can individually swing a game harder than a Rogue, and that is all thanks to stealth. Of course, this comes with unrivaled burst, control, and lockdown, making Rogues a nightmare for flag carriers and base defenders alike. We confidently give Rogue a score of 5 in BGs. The story doesn't end there though, as Rogues are also the best class in World PvP. Again, you probably already knew this, so we're going to keep it brief. If you even manage to live through their Shadow Dance without a PvP trinket, you have to contend with seemingly infinite cooldowns, which can all be reset, by the way, thanks to preparation. So yes, Rogues score a 5 for World PvP as well. Moving on, we have a bit of a wild card, Shaman. For duels, Enhancement beats out Elemental. Even though Ellie might have a spot at the top of the tier list, it is just too slow to work effectively in highly explosive duels, which is why Enhancement is the premier dueling spec. A lot of this boils down to one cooldown, Wolves. If you weren't aware by now, Feral Spirit is one of the strongest cooldowns in the game, giving the Shaman massive damage, mobility, and self-healing for 45 seconds. These Wolves can be killed, but you'd probably be dead before that even happens. Their matchup spread is pretty decent, and their hardest 1v1s are against DKs and Rogues, which really shouldn't come as a surprise. With favorable matchups into the rest of the cast, we give Enhance a score of 4 in dueling. BGs are a different story, and this is where Elemental really shines. Look, every Shaman spec is passively good in BGs thanks to Bloodlust and of course the infinite amount of unique utility that totems are able to provide. Elemental just happens to have one of the best team-wide buffs thanks to Totem of Wrath, combined with some incredible AoE damage. Oh yeah, and they can knock people off cliffs, of course. So that's cool enough to give them a score of 4 out of 5. Open world PvP is where shamans really struggle. Both elemental and enhancement will find problems here. Again, elemental is just too slow to deal with highly volatile skirmishes. In reality, it really needs to sit there and ramp up its damage a bit while also needing to hard cast. This works in arena, but isn't that ideal for 1v2 ganks. Enhance, on the other hand, is fairly weak without wolves, and when they aren't available in the open world, Enhance becomes a much weaker spec. Altogether though, shamans get a score of 2 for world PvP. Moving on, we have Warlocks, who are on a similar power level to mages in duels. One thing that may surprise you is that Destro Warlocks almost exclusively play with succubus pets, who are able to quickly seduce targets out of stealth, allowing Warlocks to prep damage with Immolate. Most of their 1v1 kit is built around setting up damage with Fear or Seduce, and then unleashing it with Shadow Fury or Coil. For the most part, this works well into classes that have limited ways to manage these interactions, but like other casters on our list, this means losing matchups into DKs, Hunters, Rogues, and sometimes enhancement shamans. Otherwise though, Destro Warlocks are well suited for 1v1s, giving them a score of 4 in the category. In BGs, Warlocks are also quite strong, though do suffer a bit in the defense department since they can be easily cleaved down in teamfights. But if that doesn't happen, both Destro and Affliction are really well suited for BGs. Just like other expansions, Unstable Affliction is one of the few forms of Dispel protection, which bolsters team damage when Disc Priests or Paladins are on the other side of the field. In any case, Warlocks are a true glass cannon inside BGs, and in the right hands get a score of 4 in this category. And just like mages, Warlocks are actually pretty decent in world PvP. Unlike some of the other classes on this list, they aren't super reliant on long defensive or offensive cooldowns, and instead can do just fine as long as Shadow Fury or Coil is available. And of course, playing with a Succubus translates to having more control in 1v2 skirmishes, so just like Mage, they will be getting a score of 4 in world PvP. And now to the ultimate melee class of the expansion, Warrior! Well, not quite. Their story is similar to Elemental Shaman. While Warriors might be one of the best overall melee for Arena, it doesn't really translate to duels. Their biggest obstacle is zoning. Classes like Hunters, Mages, Druids, and even DKs present a huge problem for Warriors, since they can simply apply a slow and kite away. Of course, you might be saying, well, what about Blade Storm? Doesn't that destroy everything? While it certainly does deal a lot of damage, many defensive cooldowns can be efficiently traded to mitigate it entirely. Honestly, there really aren't that many winning matchups for Warriors in 1v1, and for these reasons, they score a measly 2 out of 5. Battlegrounds are a different story, however. Here, Warriors are more free to do warrior things, assuming they have a pocket healer, of course. Remember how we said that DKs are one of the best melee classes in BGs? Well, Warriors are up there too, and are a solid option for small node skirmishes, where their sustained damage can help snowball teamfights. Overall, Warriors are relatively flexible in the BG format, which is why we're giving them a score of 4 out of 5. Unfortunately, their prowess in BGs doesn't carry over well to open world PvP, where their same dueling issues just get amplified. Just like some of the other melee classes on this list, Warriors can simply get kited forever in the open world, and without much self-healing, this is a recipe for disaster. Overall, we give Warriors a score of 2 in world PvP. If seeing Warriors score so low surprises you, we should note that all this information came directly from some of the best Wrath players of all time. We've been working alongside these players to bring you an epic new website for Wrath of the Lich King that includes in-depth class guides and arena commentaries that are specifically designed to put you ahead of the competition and fast. The single subscription gets you access to Wrath Classic, Shadowlands, and eventually Dragonflight content, which is amazing value. Visit the link below for a discount offer. Anyway, we want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments below and tell us your plans for Wrath of the Lich King. We will be pumping out WoW PvP content weekly, so let us know what you would like to see next on our channel. Until then, see you soon.
All these there's so many DKs. Actually, it's kind of fucking crazy, man. Like, I knew people would play DK, obviously, right? But I didn't think it'd be this bad. I have a feeling a lot of people are actually gonna play the class. It's like the first hero class, and like I think people remember DK as being like pretty good back then. I don't know about the first few seasons. They're supposed to be really insane the first few seasons. Towards the end, they obviously aren't that good, but you know, they get carried by Shadowmourne in the end, I guess. And they're still not even that insane. But in the beginning, I know they were crazy, but obviously we're playing on a different patch, so I don't even know. I need to run this pet away so I can intervene. Oh shit. Alright, intervene. Try Trinket Sap? That'd be really dumb, actually. Trigger this. Feign so he doesn't cheat me again. Flare now, disengage. Turn on Hawk. So cooldowns meld, ready, sincere again, flare again. I can't free him or anything, obviously. We gotta kill the rogue that just cloaked. Gonna aim, gonna feign, free steps. Slow this guy. Serpent sing him. Pre-volley advantage, maybe? I get it. Could root it with my grab soon. Hard with my grab, pin him from the back. Flare his advantage, maybe? I'll intervene to Trinket if he does. Intervene? Oh my god. No, I guess the big difference with Wrath, right? PvC, I will say, is that yeah, classes are OP as fuck, but at least if you're bad, you're bad. Like when you're bad in Wrath, I think it's pretty noticeable. You'll literally just like fucking roll people who are bad. It's not gonna be like, wow, this guy's really fucking bad and I can't beat him. Unless it's like certain situations where their entire comp and their gear is just like absolutely disgusting. But like that's not as often, I don't think. Sometimes in TBC I would fight someone that's just like, whoa, that'd be really dumb actually. Trigger this. Gonna feign so he doesn't cheat me again. Flare now, disengage. Turn on Hawk. So cooldowns meld, ready, sincere again, flare again. I can't free him or anything, obviously. We gotta kill the rogue that just cloaked. Gonna aim, gonna feign, free steps. Slow this guy. Serpent sing him. Pre-volley advantage, maybe? I get it. Could root it with my grab soon. Hard with my grab, pin him from the back. Flare his advantage, maybe? I'll intervene to Trinket if he does. Intervene? Oh my god. No, I guess the big difference in Wrath, right? In TBC, I will say, is that yeah, classes are OP as fuck, but at least if you're bad, you're bad. Like when you're bad in Wrath, I think it's pretty noticeable. Like, you'll literally just like fucking roll people who are bad. It's not gonna be like, wow, this guy's really fucking bad and I can't beat him. Unless it's like certain situations where their entire comp and their gear is just like absolutely disgusting. But like that's not as often, I don't think. Sometimes in TBC I would fight someone that's just like, whoa, this guy's moving like that and I'm losing? That's crazy. This Feral is so interesting. And dispel. 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 Alright, it's had full hush, it's all good. Might try to clone me in a sec. Let's hit that focus wing clip button. Trap it off now. Pop my cooldowns. I silence the shrink if he does. He bubbles instead. Interesting. Fierce into bubble. Okay, I got his bop off. He's gonna bash me. I could have deterred that, but not worth it right now anyway. He's gonna sit bare for him for some damage. Swallowed my serpent sink, very unlucky. Aim shot off. I'm gonna snake trap for a sec. Try to get the wing clip off first with Viper up. While I get my mana back. Don't mana burn right now. You just gotta heal, brother. Trapping off this. I know he's gonna shrink it maybe. He trinket's nice. I knew he was gonna trigger even though he had poison on him. Moving and shit, I could tell. Sharp focus burst that wings. Get ready, it sounds like heal. Pop cooldowns again. Just gonna try to hodge me soon. Try to get wings again. Turn on Viper. Which one gets the third? Snake trap to a real trap. It's gonna break. Fuck me. I would resist anyway. I was resisting my trap stick. Purge first up this off. Start saying again. Meta burn to belly. It's not stuff, so you can't dispel. Meld his clone maybe, didn't get it. Try to purge first up this again, I got it. We can just hit fear, man. I know you. We should have fear back right now. If you just hit it, we just win the game. Just get that meta burn off just in case. The auto, disengage, meta burn. It's not something This guy's just spamming slash train. Nice. Can you rank Wrath, Kata, and Mob Marksman in your favorite order? For Marksman specifically, it would be Wrath or Kata. I don't know which ones. I don't know which one I like more, to be honest, out of Wrath or Kata. They both feel really good, and Mob would be the last. And that's just from a hunter's point of view. That's not from any other classes. Marksman feels stronger in Wrath than Kata. Kata Hunter just felt better. I mean, you could CC completely by yourself in Kata, right? And it feels really smooth. But I don't know. I mean, they both feel okay. Marks and Raph feels like they, even though it's not super smooth, you have a lot of fucking buttons that are just like fun to mess around with, like intervene and shit. Old Chimera shot and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's definitely nice. Alright, anyway. Snake trap. Cross trap. Get Serpent Sign. Try to dodge his DB. Get the Chimera off. Get Blast Wave. Gonna burn his Priest. Hey, he blinks. His Chimera off. Sounds a Priest. Oh, I was gonna say block, but he just doesn't do it. Lucky. He's trying to fear. Oh. Yeah, I would definitely say Raph and Kata are really close to each other. And I don't even know if I could categorize one higher than the other because they're just so different, but the same at the same time. They're different because you have like focus and shit. So, and then like you don't have other things. You only have Serpent. No dead zone in Kata, right? There's no dead zone in Raph, really. Take that out. The last time you had like a quote unquote dead zone, sorta kinda, was like a TBC. We kinda Hunter has monkey hair, not that squishy. Yeah, I mean they're definitely not that squishy. As long as you had sack. As long as you had sack, you were like one of the biggest bugs in the game. The only time you could definitely hit the fucking ground, probably faster than most classes, was when you didn't have sack. You should have always had sack. Should have. Unless some team just outplayed the fuck out of you and then you didn't. Clean.
Look at all the fucking pet abilities, man.
Cannot. Let's have 2 deters.
Hi again.
Please break.
Silencing shot.
Look up this guy. Vein drop. Should get it.
Yo, what's up, JFL?
Fat Chimera.
Or Spawny?
Sure, readiness. I saw the other guy in a sec. Just nice, nice.
Freezing trap.
Feral DK, fucking alive.
Freezing arrow.
Sack at the moment? Nah, sack is 100% better. I just want to intervene because it looks sick. You intervene some
Fire freezing arrow that places a freezing trap
I'm good,
at
thanks.
the
Just
target
stuck in work for another
location.
5 hours.
Serious script if he does, I'm just gonna wait actually.
Stuck in work for another 5 hours. Fun.
Slow trap down. Snake trap down. This Chimera off meld for he grips me. He grips me, I'll disengage and stuff. This guy.
Target location approaches, preventing all action for up to 20 seconds, any damage. So wait.
Hunter be more fun once you hit 80.
You would just play freezing arrow instead of freezing trap.
You just get freezing arrow, you get freedom, you get intervene and sack, and you get scatter and aim shot. This is both marksman and survival. So you don't really get that much. I mean, you only get a couple buttons. And kill shot too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Kill shot.
I might unfortunately give up on my hunter.
Surprisingly, actually pretty nice. You get dodge and
Maybe.
Dragon Hawk, right? Yeah, you get dodge. You
I'm on the
basically
fence
have monkey
about
and
it.
Hawk on at all times. What the fuck? I'm fighting Griffin. Listening to Griffin, dude.
Want to track
Mine
DB.
is loaded right now. I just feigned his opener. Trap
Why?
down.
What's wrong with it?
Meld.
Nothing. It's just the grind is. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna fully give up, but I just really need to focus on my my retribution.
You won't. I sack him. We're gonna shrink it, baby. Got it. He's very mad.
I'm highly considering making a death knight, but everyone and their mom has a death knight, but they're just so good for the type of playstyle that I play the game. It sucks too because I need to find a good hunter to play with. There's multiple people that I need to find that are good at the game. I need to find a good hunter. I need to find a good shaman. What else do I need to find? Specifically an enhanced shaman, and then maybe a good DK. But I don't know about the DK one. But DK is like arguably the best dueling class in the entire game, and it's like S tier for battlegrounds as well. Which those are the two things I care about the most. And then twos. Like I care about twos. Like I don't really care about threes. I mean, I'll play it.
Trying to disarm now. Disarm the step here. Blinds me.
Like, if I live in 3s, I feel like I want to play Elemental Shaman because they're, like, broken.
Fade.
But
Meld.
I don't know. I don't know.
Engage now.
I'm on the fence.
Gonna get in
We'll
some.
see.
I could actually die here if he vanishes. Maybe he ambushes me. Throws me instead. Deter. Snake trap. Mark him. Disengage. Serpent sink him.
freeze.
Root him again. Readiness. Deter. Step. Got it.
All right, Paladin. We want to track.
I wasn't sure if he was gonna. Okay, so the play that Rogue should have done, the reason why I tried to meld instead of deterring
We
right there.
want to
is so
track.
he
Do
could
we want to
cheat
track
through deter.
Repentance?
So in my mind,
Maybe.
he was gonna cheat me. I was gonna trinket, and then he was gonna cheat me again and then kidney me. Because even if I deter, I get cheap kidneyed anyway. Rogue pop dance with like 3 seconds left on disarm. No,
Repentance.
that's not actually what happened. I tried disarming him and he vanished on accident. But he also wasted his vanish to disarm me. The second part of Chimera breaks vanish. So I broke his vanish, but he also vanished my disarm.
Hammer.
The reason why he danced and he stood there is because when he danced, I triggered the cheap shot and I fade. And then he retargeted me and I melded. So like,
I think that's
he went
it.
like 2-3 seconds like not doing it.
Yeah. Priest, we want to track.
It's a really sketchy flare. Because I'm crazy to say, okay, so Bitterbeat is over here. Pre-trap it maybe, which I got right there. Gonna feign.
Whole second cooldown. That's too short.
Saps me.
We definitely want to track Silence, and we want to track Psychic Scream.
Still AFK. Yeah, it's
I think that's it.
Flare right here. Got it.
Psychic
Orbit
Horror.
disengage step maybe. Re-disarm him. Just dance. Get a snake
Maybe.
trap. Try to volley the other guy out.
Nah, we don't even track that. Rogue, we want to track Kick.
Serve sync deter.
We want to track
This guy.
Kidney. Do we want to track Cheap?
Blinds me. I cannot drink it. I'll die. Made her beat into sap maybe. So leave my opponent safe for a sec. Intervene now. Okay. IDC opener. Slow trap, pain, flare in a sec. Explosive trap down. I don't want to shrink a kidney because the other can open on me and kill me here.
I don't even see Cheap Shot on here. Where's Cheap Shot?
So low.
Did they not get Cheap Shot? Am I high?
Head away.
They don't have Cheap Shot on here. Huh. That's really fucking weird.
The Kenny and I rooted him. I have to trigger this. It sucks. Root him again.
Shaman, we want to track.
Step. Renaissance her. Oh, a flare in his vanish maybe.
Definitely wouldn't
Trap, don't get my
cheer.
back. Got him. Holy shit. Okay, let's see my pets.
Oh, they changed that.
The way I can pin him out of that.
Drowning Totem is
Okay,
13 seconds.
Turn cheat on. Turn hog back on. Keep
That's
this guy.
wild.
Disengage now, so he doesn't get a chance to step. Pull my pet back. Slow him.
I don't know if we want to track that. Hex is 45 seconds. We track that. Do we track grounding? That's 13 seconds. It's so short. Like, what's the point? Coil. Hell of terror.
How do I find threes? I'm realizing I don't know how to find 3 versus 3 arenas. LFG? You know what? I didn't even think of that. LFG. Let's see. Right now I'm 1600, so of course I have to find a team that's looking for a 1600 player, right? Alright, this is Glad XP. I can't sign up for this one. Plus they're 1800. Oh, 1400 team. Holy Outlaw. Looking for a low CR? Looking for a Thug. Yo, I'm down for that. These guys are looking for a Hunter. So
Termination Shout.
Alright, here we go. Whoa, what is these?
It's 2 minutes, but I do want to track it.
We gotta be careful right now. We need to make sure we don't take damage right now. It's very large.
Stuns
my dots off, my flame shots,
stuns the
everything.
opponent
Okay.
for 5
UAs, I'll line
seconds.
this, of course. I have no dots on me. This lock
Dude,
could actually
warriors
die,
are
potentially.
warriors are actually kind of bullshit.
Stud. Sub race. Okay, trap pretty soon. Gonna use ward off. No, trap. Don't touch him. We touched him. Alright, unlucky. Freeze for a sec. We need a win right now because it looks like we're falling behind. We just need to send a Kenny. Okay, good. I can win a game here. Oh, I'm feared. No, please. Would have cloak. You need to run, brother, man. You need to duel the priest and get the fuck out of there. This is a very bad game. Kill lasso. Knock. Okay, well. Here we go.
Spell reflection.
I actually didn't crit that. Although I might crit this. Kill shot, feint, gain shot. Guess she lives. Oh, it was a DR kidney. No! I'm gonna lock. Here's the wall. I try priest looks like too. As long as we don't break this. I feint 15 also. Kill this lock. Please go on the lock. Get off the priest. This lock can die.
Basically, you want to track stuff that's not showed up, that doesn't show up on the nameplate.
Aim shot him right now.
So your interrupts, your fears, like the fears that they do.
Scatter shot with his trinket. There's bullshit. Kill shot. He does this. Not trap block. Not root the spell. On bow. Not feint. No stealth. Not press heal. Holy shit, man.
Alright, that's kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
but
no, perfectly played game. Yeah, definitely no mistakes there. Perfect. Oh, these games are sloppy as fuck. Thug is like a comp where, like, if you don't play it like crazy well, it's like really sloppy. But I mean, just the way
I changed up my bars too.
Really? I don't think so. I think you just. I mean,
alright, we gotta
like,
fix this.
Strat and shit, right? It's not really doing like wrong shit. I mean, he's swapping when the targets I'm hitting and stuff. It's not really like a bot or anything. Large aim shot. There's Lichborn.
I want to reset this. How do I do this? Is it window?
Got it. But break that blind. How unlucky. Sausage shot back there. So doing the most damn ever. Okay, you guys. He's probably gonna try to stun me out this. Nah, he's not going. Section shot, aim shot. Aim shot again. He should be able to fly right now if he needs. Please fly. Please fly. They all have trinket. There's no way we can save you here. Oh, he's so dead. Kick to a drop. I have to try to be a little aggro here. Call my pet out. I try to sack him when I can. He's out of my LOS. Pretty my guy. Sold him. Base my thing so I get more damage. Oh, I'm getting kited so hard. I mean, Hex, if it's on me, it is. With the DHL. Aim shot this guy. Hey, hexes me. It should break. Nice, it breaks. Perfect. Rapid fire. So DH under this spell. If he does get this spell, kick guide beam. I trap him right now, now scatter shot. How does my trap not? Wait, what the fuck? My trap just didn't work in the DH. I can swing a heal if I need to. I'm watching. Swing a heal. Meld.
Perfect.
I don't want to sack myself because if I do, we're pretty fucked. I scatter charm right now. Double tap. Try to blast his DK as soon as we can. I'll try to silence him too. Silence him. Blast his DK. He trinkets, but he's silenced. He could die right now. Please go shot! Oh my god. Thank God he didn't just wait to trinket both silence and fear. Kick him. Sketch half drop. Jesus. Hella sus, dude. That binding shot at DH actually fucked him so hard. He just had a full root, but then my trap didn't hit him.
Alright, how do I create a healing window one?
Leaps. Every cooldown, I'm using my wall. Like the DK.
Do I even want to?
Engage now. I dodge a spear. Get my senorita for a microphone. Okay, blast his DK. I still want to go into his DK if we can. Just me, but he doesn't press chains. Shoot shot, aim shot. Aim shot again. Lock, bridging it.
Trying to think.
Sack C, so I can't trap. I'm just gonna kite him into the pally, I think. Feint. Rapid fire. That way I can stand on them and maybe get the drop. Aim shot again. So the pally. I try to trap off that slow maybe. I got it, cool. Scatter warrior in a sec after our bomb goes off or purchase bomb. I'm gonna scatter him. Should be okay. Trinkets. Rapid fire. He's gonna charge me a sec. I'm gonna root him. Just so I can get a charge out the way. Slowing him. He gets out. I don't want to hit disengage yet until you press charge, and I can't send the aim shot yet, so I'm just gonna spam arcane shot for now. Gonna do it now because he got binding shotted. Got crit for the priest. He's gonna charge me now or leave on me.
Sorry, it's a boring stream at the moment. I'm trying to just perfect my UI.
I could trap the pally very soon. I'm gonna silence him right now. Double tap, kick that rub. Now trap off my silence. I got it, sir. Oh! That grip was really sus because he just gripped me into the DK, but it's fine. Rapid fire into warrior wasn't even hitting me, but might just kill him here anyway. Come shot, please! Yes, I don't want to trick it. I mean, I do want to trick it, but I'm not going to. Mark the warrior since he's on me all game. Put a slow trap down. Scatter warrior in a sec. I think he's got a spear, right? So I can't feign. Very sus if I do. Can read about this spear. Gonna feign. What the fuck? What just happened there? He was like facing the other way and speared me. Anyone just see that? What the fuck? This guy was like, I was back here and he was like running this way. He threw his
see
spear.
something really quick.
How do you even do that? Doesn't direction thing happen after stun sometimes? Yeah, but then for his spear to land like perfectly on me as he's like running the opposite way, it usually doesn't happen. That's weird.
All right, let's do this. Let's do options panel.
Running in for that fear is very sus, Mr. Mans, but it's all good because I'll win the game right here. He's playing Res Lego too. Unlucky. Lasso before I get feared. So what I'm gonna do here is actually, if we didn't hit the shaman at all, I would have probably destroyed this priest as he comes out of that res, but it's trapped right now. Sold him. Triple feared. Rapid fire. Scatter lock. Starting to get kind of scary.
Now, how do I do multiple
windows? Actually, I guess I can if I really want to. First PI. I'm trapping his priest very soon. I guess we're going priest for now. Name shot him. I'll kick all fields if he does. He's probably gonna fade out, right? Kick the all field? Oh yeah, feared. Fuck. What if I kill this priest right now? Gonna feign self. Mark this guy. Put a slow drop down. Put a double tap. He already fades. What the fuck, sir? Okay, I'm sending. Pretty big dam. Shot a gun. Feared. Alright, desperate prayers and shit there. I don't want to tunnel the priest. I don't want to tunnel the priest ever. I want to go closer to wizard. We also just DR blinded the lock and then we hit him. Yeah, don't tunnel priest. It should be random swaps to him. So it's like less scripted. It's very random. Like, he can just die out of nowhere basically. Dodge his cap to him before I run back. I'll pay my dots off. Focus aim shot the priest because he's here. Kill totem.
How do I do multiple windows?
Lock. Face my things. I do more damn. Good shot.
Part.
Maybe there's lasso. Hoping he can kick it. Let's go. He fades in again. This guy is trolling, right? Feared again. It breaks.
Looks the layer height that the frame will be placed on.
Arrow on the sham. Shot the priest. Boy. Does explosive really ever work? I mean, it's definitely really high bursts on my cooldowns, especially if I play surging, but yeah, I just lose so much aim shot. Actually, I'm gonna try it.
Number format, number system, update interval, time measure, auto erase trash, auto blah 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 blah, segments, saves, advanced damage, taken,
Probably just trinket this up.
window control, lock.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Create window.
I kicked over that chastise. I'm lucky. Ascendance? What the fuck is going on? I got cloned on it too. Press evasion and cloak. Evasion, cloak. Evasion, cloak. Okay, good evasion. We might not even have the cloak, but the evasion is good. Any cloaks? Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's already cool though. I'm just gonna line this ascendance. Use my wall. Cheater, press a heal. Just running right now. I'm just gonna try to live. I'm not even gonna press shit. So I think we just win in a sec. So blind. Oh, here we go right now. The most damn ever. Hell. Alright. Jafar.
You just created a group of windows. To break it, click the padlock icon. Yeah, that's great, man.
I should have let that sit, to be honest, but whatever. Now he's just gonna get top the hots, right? blocks, got a rogue. Should be okay, brother, man. Alright. Might disarm me early. Disarms me early? Okay, of course.
Can this go away? Holy fuck, that's annoying.
Flare.
Alright.
Shoot shot. Shot rogue. Oh! Tree feint. Heal. Woo. Right in front of the rogue. There's wall too. I mean, they basically press every single cooldown in the game, so I need to not get dodger right now and just Demon Soul. King Soul Rock. Very scared of this if he gets that off, so be careful. In front of the rogue.
Why does it look
lock.
different?
Tonus cooldown says really insane, and rogues disarm too. And I can summon a druid, disengage, go for a trap attack. Trap, I missed my land, got it. First this guy, I don't have trinket. I'd be careful if he kidneys me here. Cheetah, no. Feint. Ooh, I have no dots on me, so it's okay if he kidneys me now. Train life on me, but I have no dots on me at all. It's absolutely insane right now. Con, so we keep our offensive pressure. Face this thing so I get help or I get kidneyed inside. Here comes kidney. Slowing him. Just kidding. Okay. I have a little bit more health. I don't think it matters too much. Deter trinkets? He evade. Okay, this game's over. Might just deter. Press carrying pot. Not gonna feint yet. I think he healed me through this. Get flashy. Oh no, kick you out. I'm trapping in a sec. Slaying Druid. Mark over Druid. I don't know if he's playing Imp or not. Gonna feint. Could we win the game right now? Double tap. I'll kick his sphere too if he does. Trap. Scared of luck. Root the rogue. They're all CC'd now. I'm gonna send it right now. To an aim shot, you're done. Bye. Oh! Oh! He actually lives! How? Aim shot again? He actually lived. Holy fuck. That means that only I was doing damage. Just very unlucky. He might disarm me out of this. He might actually one-shot me right here and we lose the game, perhaps. We'll see. Maybe just get yourself. Aim shot out. I'll bandage right here. No dots on me. Okay, kick you away. Rapid fire, focus aim shot the lock. Line us. Oh, I actually didn't line that. What the fuck? So bad. I'm not there for trap. Very unlucky. I can scatter druid though, and I'll try to purge him off that one.
Why does this look different? The bar.
I can, but it might miss my land. Trank. Nice. Feint. Press heal. Might try to kidney me in a sec. Slowing him. Disengage with the rogue in a sec. On top. That's my wall. Okay. Just every cooldown. Flare. Shot the rogue here. Rapid fire for that ends. My arrow shot.
I don't know if I like this.
Druid's region proc. Rapid fire chains. Go shot. Oh! Actually, yeah, blind hits. Just be a fucking idiot and run at this guy.
Ooh, you know what we could do?
Same shot as pet. I don't care if I get shadow free, of course. Same shot the pet here. 20 maybe. Kick last on the stack. Kill shot now. Head stud.
I just thought of that. I know what we can do.
Sauce this guy. Yep. Do a big dam. Shame shot. Trap off. Shot a gun. Rapid fire. Shot a gun. Can I start clear? Whatever. It's almost dead anyway. Okay. Should be okay. I have no dots on me. Just lassos.
I just thought of that.
Pretty sure everything will feint. I'm not gonna do anything here. Ground inside. Ground's up. Hit the shot because it's here. I think I would just play slow right now. We win the game soon. Both DPS on the trinket instead. Get that heal. Keep shot a gun. I realize he has no pet. Oh, we have no cloak. It's kind of sus. I have no dots. We have Mike and Ree here. Mark Jury, second fear him if he tries to go cat form here. Mark the dispel instant. No, fear no. He doesn't know. Yeah, cool. Okay, I have so much damage right here. Kicked him. The William shot. I'll scatter shot him on his lasso, perhaps. He's probably gonna press it right when he gets dispelled, I think. We'll see. I try to pre-scatter lasso when it comes. 2 seconds. Okay, kill the tremor. Gotta be careful with the shaman if he gets an ascendance frog. Press my heal for his bash. No, I don't have to. I got guardian. That should be fine. I can press heal out of it too if I need. Press heal. Top myself. Fear. Skage. Last one's coming in like 2. This hasn't rusted yet. I think he wants to rust it now. Fear. Last try to scatter if I can. Got it. This Log's in a terrible spot, so what I'm going to do here actually is knock him against a pillar and get him rooted back there too so he can't heal. So it's just behind LOS and Feared so he can't heal, so he gets blinded. Purge, we Feared over, just going to drop now. I'll mark over it too in case. I'll blink the Log so he can't drain right now. Got Feared, hopefully I get dispelled. I'll kick the Alfio too by the Log, by the Chomp. Aim shot, arcane shot, disengage, arcane shot again, true shot, aim shot, rapid fire in a sec. Oh, kill shot first! Oh my god, that was... Okay, sometimes you get got, dude.
Originally.
What the fuck are you doing? Now, is this a wig or?
Yeah, it's a wig. It's a wig. I was wearing
your
a wig.
hair is very luxurious.
And then, God, I had a plastic sword and shield, and we were the Zai Legion, so I would like welcome people to the Zai Legion by pulling the sword out, and being like, "Welcome my brother to the Zai Legion." And then I would just be like, "Thank you." I just welcome them in. It was like a nation of the Zai Legion. When we would raid people. We would like send everybody out as an army, and then we had different sub emotes and stuff like that based on what tier you were. And I made I made my tier 1s the shields. They don't get to have swords, and my tier 2s have swords. And my tier 3s have banners, so they stay in the back and they don't have to fight. Because that would probably be where I would want to be in the war. I'd want to be the guy all the way in the back with the banner. So.
But like that
yeah,
person, like
that
you
was
can't.
different
When you get attacked, if you get attacked like in a war like that, and you're the person holding the banner, like, are you allowed to drop it? Because then like people don't know which side, you know. Like, can you pull up a weapon or like?
Person to die though, so.
That's fair.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day because like there's some like I don't know. I've seen some videos, or like maybe it was a movie or a TV show or something, and like there was like the drummer boy or whatever is really important because you like know like the pacing of the movement, and so if you stop doing your drums in time, that's like used to be a whole big ordeal. It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah. You gotta keep the order.
Yeah.
That's why like a lot of people actually don't know this, that cavalry was actually invented and used to separate armies from different parts. So like cavalry would come in and they would chase a different part of the army off, and they wouldn't actually kill them. They would separate them, and then they turn around and go back at the main army. So they would. Because people fleeing are not a threat to you. People cornered are a threat to you, because when people are cornered, they go, "I have to fight." People running from you don't do shit. They just keep running. So, yeah, the horses would chase people off, and horses are very expensive, so you don't want to fucking lose them, and they're like honestly more important than men back then. So yeah, you would just have people on horseback chase people off of the army or part of this the main force, or you'd section people off and just separate them, make them rout them, and then you would come back in and outnumber the main force, and that's how you'd win. But yeah, cavalry back then was actually used for that more than anything else. So, tactics lesson of the day.
Yeah.
Something's over screens.
I just made him. I just made you louder. That's what I was doing. I was just adding some volume, doing the volume touch-ups. Okay, guys. Really fast. There's a lot of WoW news that came out this week. There's a really good video, if you guys all saw it, of the YouTubers that just like repost the blue post, and like it's so good, dude. Like this week I made like 2 separate videos, dude. It's so spot on. It's just like right when something comes out, it's like, well, let me just say it, right?
Oh no. Watch it. It's only short and funny.
Yeah, it's 1 minute long. Do you have it?
I'm completely out of touch on all WoW news for the past week.
Oh, a lot, dude. We'll go over everything, man. We'll go over everything. Let me.
I'm just gonna do right now.
Okay, perfect. I know it's in our private one, but I don't want to close like.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Look. Let me pull it up right here. All right. I'm gonna pull it up right here for us.
As a content creator, I need to hype the fuck.
All right. Here we go, boys. And shout out to whoever made this. The classic tuber. His name's the classic tuber. He's the best.
Holy fucking shit, blue post alert. As a content creator, I need to hype the fuck out of this, and guess what? I fucked your mum, and this means that you're not going to believe what just happened. Blizzard just announced that all raids are getting no XP, so fuck you. What does this mean, you may ask? Well, let me tell you whilst padding the script so that I can keep your attention as long as possible with 1, 2, 3, maybe even a 4th quick shot in rapid succession. This means that you won't get XP from raids, but you're actually too dumb to realise what this means, so let me spell it out for you. You won't be able to level in raids. Yes, you heard it here last, folks. People are leveling in raids, and that is not alright. You can't do that. They want to make raids privatised, much like your internet connection should be. That's why I'm teaming up with Shitlane, so that my internet connection is privatised and I can watch videos like Mr. Hands and not get prosecuted by my country for ingesting bestiality videos straight into my
What the fuck am I watching? What is this?
Storm fears. I'm creating an army of super soldiers that are preparing to combat the New World Order. The government doesn't even have any fucking income because I'm rooted through fucking Hyperborea and Tartarus twice. Buy this VPN and give me money.
So on point.
And that is, by the way, that is his first video ever.
Yes. Yes, that is a present
like
for you.
3 subscribers.
You guys' voice sounds so familiar, though.
Yeah. It does sound really familiar. It does sound really familiar.
That spell is I can't cast that yet.
Sorry. Falcon sent cookies and sweets because we hit our highest sub count ever today. 825 subs. So really fucking hyped on that.
Congrats, bro.
Congrats,
Yeah,
buddy.
thank you.
You didn't even have to dance in a maid outfit.
I didn't even have to dance in a maid outfit.
Yeah,
You know he will.
for 1K.
Hazard King comes in here and goes, yo, I'll drop 100 subs if you wear a Playboy Bunny outfit and start
Yeah,
dancing.
oh my god.
1K
dude.
for the fishnets.
Yeah, you
For
know
the
it.
fish. Yeah, foot reveal stream soon.
Oh god.
So pre-patch, 11 days.
Pre-patch 11 days. Yeah, they
How do you
announced
guys feel about that?
all of the dates.
Gentlemen.
I wish it was earlier. I'm glad it's going to be so far out compared to the shit show that was TBC's launch. What was it, like 2-week pre-patch with like a couple of days notice? 11 days notice or something?
Yeah.
But
I wish it was sooner.
yeah.
Do you think they're going to be ready for launch? Are you kind of worried?
Have you seen? There's so many bugs right now, right? There's so many bugs that like they needed to give us that much time beforehand, I think, and also they needed to give us like 2 weeks for the PvPers. There would have been like a backlash, obviously, right?
I mean, yeah, we saw what happened. What was it? 2 weeks ago when they just turned the PvP season off because
Yeah,
of
on
the
accident.
retail? Yeah.
That was crazy. Yeah, so accidentally doing that pre-patch, and then we have a week before the zombie plague event happens, and then a week after that we have actual
All right.
the invasion. So pre-patch is almost a month long.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I got my UI set up the way I want. Perfect. Now. Go get a drink. Alright, what did I wanted to do on this guy today? I could farm more honor, I guess, but like, ugh. Oh, I remember what I need to do. Warrior looks cool. I remember what I need to do. I need to get my enchant, my shoulder enchant. Far fortifications. Oh wow, so many. That's cool. Oh, and a grand. Oh, it's wanting me to do the fucking... I gotta remember I gotta do this. The Grand is one of my favorite areas of all time in World of Warcraft. And it's because of this music right here. This.
That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that. That's still recharging. I can't cast that. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready.
So what we're doing, chat, is we're just we're doing all the quests for gold, because this is like one of the best ways to make gold, and we need to build up our rep.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet.
This big motherfucker. Portrait Earth spirits. Jesus, this chick is texting me her entire life. And yesterday my bestie got pulled over, and I guess what's moving, she forgot to pay her insurance. They took her license plate and her license. Jesus.
That's still recharging. cast that yet. That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. It's locked.
Getting Motes of Earth is good too for income.
I'm out of range. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
We have no competition either, which is perfect.
It's too far away. That's still recharging.
One more.
Cast that yet. That spell isn't ready.
Oh, I never checked if. Oh. 66. So our goal today is to try to get our shoulder enchant. I don't know if we can farm it in one day. I'm actually not entirely sure, but I'm definitely gonna grind and get all this done. I want to get max mining today too. Max mining today. Get all these quests done. Should be able to get everything done today. Should.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. I can't cast that yet. It's too far away. I don't have a target. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet.
Bro, I remember this quest in TBC and how you literally could not see these things on the ground because they blended in. I'm so glad they added the sparkle shit.
I'm out of range.
Another one here?
That's still recharging.
This quest took me forever because I literally just could not see the shit on the ground.
It's too far away. I can't cast that yet.
Oh, that was the last one.
I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
What did he heal me for? 125? Did 1k damage. Spawny, I don't know if you're still here or not, but have you made it this far into TBC yet?
That spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. I need to get closer. I can't cast that. I need to target something first. recharging.
Oh, Ring of Blood's here too. Ring of Trials. They look like a group of 3 NPCs riding on elephants. They walk back and forth along this road. They kite one way from others. They all could drop the quest. They walk along this road. Oh, I see him. I sees him.
I can't carry any more of these.
I probably should have went to the vendor right there. Just thought of that. Binds when equipped. That is... Ah, yes, underwater quest, my favorite.
That's still recharging. It's locked. It's too far away.
Making my way downtown.
I don't have a tongue. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. It's too far away. That's still recharging. I need to get closer. I can't cast that yet. It's too far away. I need a target. It's too far away.
Okay, kid.
I need to get closer. That's still recharging. I'm out of range. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready.
What can I do for you?
What can I help you with?
That's still recharging. I can't cast that. That spell isn't ready. I'm out of range. I need to get closer. I can't cast that yet. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready. I'm out of range. That's still recharging. It's too far away. That's still recharging. I'm I'm out of range. I can't cast that yet. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. I'm out of range. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still
Hmm. I kind of weirdly want to work on my Demon Hunter on retail, but eh. Collect 3 air elemental gas. Dust howlers. They look like tornado enemies. Ah yes, the Ring of Blood. Nothing? Oh, my favorite. Love when they drop nothing.
Well met.
How are you?
Say what brings you here.
Why would I not accept these?
Be good. What can I do for you? Light bless you.
I haven't got all day.
I'm saved. Where do I get that from?
Well met.
Greetings.
I don't know. $2,049 gold.
Yo! Keep it real!
There's supposed to be a big bird that's supposed to come. Yeah, this thing. Come here, bird. Come get some. 35k HP, huh?
I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I can't attack that target. I can't attack that. I need to get closer. Still recharging. Spell isn't ready. That's still recharging. Can't cast that yet.
Talk to me! Glad I could help!
Kill Wrath.
Loktar.
It's too far away. That's still recharging. I can't cast that. That spell isn't ready. It's too far away.
Oh, they fixed this quest. Nice. Good. We gotta pee. Is this like a zone buff or something?
Strength and honor. Speak, friend.
So my goal today is to make 1k gold. Should be doable. I should be averaging anywhere from 200 to 500 gold an hour. Two, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. 5 hours is 1,000 gold. Should be easy.
I'm out of range. That's still recharging. Can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. It's too far away. That spell isn't ready. I can't cast that. That's still recharging. I need to get closer. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. I can't use that item yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
I killed all the guys. What do I do? More over here? More over here.
It's locked. I'm out of range. That's still recharging. I need to get closer. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. locked. That's still recharging.
250.
That's still recharging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet. That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
$240. Server queue times, classic day 15. Check this homeboy out. I'm done with Halo Infinite. Oh shit.
So 343 has given us their latest update for Halo Infinite and a brand new roadmap. Don't worry guys, these deadlines you can for sure count on this time. The last roadmap, that was a fluke. With this latest 30-minute video by 343 Industries, it seems that for many, all hope is lost for Halo Infinite.
Let no joyful voice be heard. Let no man look up at the sky with hope.
That's the kind of vibe it feels like. Now, before we get into my well-deserved rants, let's calm down for a couple minutes. Nobody wanted 343 to fail when they took over Halo from Bungie, except for maybe the PlayStation fanboys, right? But besides them, I don't think anybody was sitting there like, yeah, I hope MCC is broken for 3 years and your childhood dream of playing Combat Evolved Online just evaporates into fucking lava. Every Halo fan right now that is pissed off about the current state of Infinite and 343 wants to be proven wrong. Every single thing I say in this video, every bit of criticism, I want it thrown back in my face, and I want someone at 343 to say, haha, loser, you were wrong. That's what I want. I also want to mention that most of my complaints are squarely targeted at management at 343 and Microsoft, and also the previous leadership who were fired and or left 343. Try to guess who I'm talking about. The actual programmers and community managers, the people doing the work on the front lines, I'm sure are doing their best to make efficient, consistent updates. I have no doubt the teams are filled with talent and passion, but talent and passion can't save a team if your head coach is a dumbass and he's calling the wrong plays and not putting in the right players when he needs to.
What in the world? I mean, you got a guy on either side of him. What are you doing here? I mean, they don't even try to run a play.
I'm here to tell you that Old Act Man is back, and it's time to brace for impact.
Brace for impact! You will watch this.
So let's look at the roadmap and the recent news, and I'll try to give you a rundown without getting angry. Season 2 has been extended to last 10 months, which now triples the length it was originally intended to be. There will be a winter update so that 343 can technically make good on their promise of no more 6-month seasons. Season 3 won't be 6 months long if we just say it's season nothing for 4 months. In this winter update, we will get the Forge Beta, Campaign Co-op, Mission Replay, a free 30-tier Battle Pass, 2 new maps, a Match XP Beta, a new mode, a couple events, and some quality of life improvements. Season 3 has officially been announced as Echoes Within, because the echoes within me cannot stop screaming. This will come with 2 new maps, the return of the DMR, a new piece of equipment, purchasable 100-tier Battle Pass, custom game browser, in-game reporting, new modes, narrative events, and other things. And this new roadmap of exciting content is all subject to change.
Oh, what the fuck ever?
That's right, because you can't count on 343 to make clear, definitive deadlines for absolutely anything. Keep in mind, this is a roadmap of what they're aiming for. This is 343's best case scenario, and it's causing everyone to abandon ship.
Abandon your post! Please, flee for your life!
So now it's time for me to be angry. 2 new maps in 1 year of live service.
You serious right now? You gotta be better. Come on now, man. This is crazy. You gotta be better than that.
After a year and a half, the game will get new sandbox tools that leakers have already discovered months ago. And that's besides the point that they haven't even brought up any new vehicles. Oh, we've seen the Falcon in leaks, but who knows when that's coming? Remember before the game came out and we knew the Banished were gonna return, and we thought to ourselves, man, imagine all the cool Banished vehicles that are gonna be in this game. And it was the same shit that we've had before. This is pathetic.
This is outrageous.
But we'll talk about the roadmap and content later. A few days ago, we heard from 343 community managers that big things are coming soon. We are about to emerge from this cocoon. And I thought they were gonna do something crazy like, boom, here's a surprise Forge launch. Go ahead, folks. You'll love it, Go make some maps. Or here's a brand new update that completely overhauls the progression system. Hey guys, we finally fixed the desync issue. I expected something like that. Yes, you emerged from a cocoon, and what's inside? A dead moth. You emerged from the cocoon to do what exactly? Delay every feature that has been promised, and to outright cancel a feature promised over 5 years ago.
Get the fuck out of here!
What did you think the reaction was going to be? Halo fans are an irate bunch, I know, because I am one myself. But why is the fan base so up in arms this time? Why does it feel like it's the final straw? How did Fire 343 get trending on Twitter? If you've been following Infinite since its reveal in 2018, it's impossible to articulate just how badly this game has been handled over the last 4 years and how disappointing it all has been. I don't even know where to start. The launch of Infinite went exceptionally well for a few weeks, and ever since then, it has been straight down the gutter. The proverbial nail in the coffin for me has been split screen co-op as being completely canceled. Not Twitter canceled, no, actually canceled.
What?
Sorry, you can't ever play this game with your friends or siblings or loved ones in the same room.
Why the fuck not?
That feature is not a priority for us at 343 Industries. Sorry we misled you. In this one foul swoop, 343, you have finally and completely lost any and all trust and faith I had in you as a company, as a brand, and as the shepherds of Halo. Again, I want to be wrong about that. This is a disaster, and it's all on the shoulders of Bonnie Ross, Kiki Wolfkill, Frank O'Connor, and Phil Spencer, as well as any Xbox and Microsoft leadership involved with the production and planning for this game. You all fucked up. You fucked up bad. You fucked up so bad, I can't even wrap my pea-sized brain around it. You promised this feature to be in all Halo FPS titles moving forward.
You're a liar!
You promised that in 2017 after the backlash from Guardians.
You're a liar!
Your current CEO said this.
And we didn't put split screen in with Halo 5. I think it's incredibly painful for the community and for us. You know, I think it erodes trust with the community, as the community is part of our world building. A lot of learnings from that, and I would say when the FPS going out forward, we will always going forward, but painful. A lot of learnings from that, and I would say for any FPS going out forward, we will always have split screen going forward, but painful learnings.
Liar!
Your previous creative director, Chris Lee, said that yes, split screen co-op was a priority for Infinite. And then in 2020, he said yes, co-op is gonna launch with the game.
So that was a fucking lie.
For 5 years, you have reassured us countless times that this is something you want to accomplish. It's coming, don't worry, we hear you. You haven't heard shit. What were you trying to pull a
haven't
fast
heard
one? You
shit.
think we just forget that your CEO got up on stage and just fucking lied to your consumers and fans and people like me who promoted this game thinking it was gonna be the next big thing?
Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
Getting my hopes up to play this game split screen co-op with
Tell 'em.
whoever I wanted to try to relive the glory days. You fucking lied to me. And what do you have to show for it? Nothing. You have nothing else to soften the blow. Sorry I just kicked you in the dick. I promise the pain will go away. Never before has this clip been more relevant.
Every decision you make is bad to us.
Okay, so you canceled split screen co-op. All right, terrible news, but you must have a spectacular reason for doing so. I mean, is this somehow going to save starving children in Africa, or that's what's the reason?
We have had to make the difficult decision not to ship campaign split screen co-op and take the resources that we would use on that and go after this list and all these other things that we're going to talk about in just a second.
You are reallocating the resources for split screen to work on the live service. Excuse me? Are you trying to be a fucking funny man with me right now? Do I look like I'm laughing? You are the developers of the flagship video game series for a company that just dropped $70 billion to acquire the biggest and most profitable game studios this side of the planet. Phil Spencer just dropped $70 billion to acquire Activision Blizzard as if he was just buying a car for his 16-year-old son. This deal was 10 times more expensive than what George Lucas sold Star Wars for. Fucking Star Wars. And you're trying to tell me that you don't have the resources to produce features that debuted in 2001. Was this game's development funded entirely by a back alley crack deal?
You blew it! You had it all and you blew it!
You are on the fucking box. Halo is on the box of the Series X. This was meant to be the landmark title for this new generation of Xbox. And you have fucked it up. I'm pissed because you lied to me, okay? Because I was there defending you and hyping people up, and I wanted this game to be great, and I wanted bygones to be bygones, and you know, it's like, yeah, I'm passionate about these games. I'm passionate, and I'm gonna be mad when the developers don't meet expectations. So many people were riding on this game thinking it was gonna be, you know, a big hit, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be able to, you know, make Halo content and really grow and thrive from that. I hate that the Halo content I make is this. The Series X is meant to be the world's most powerful console, and yet we can't even play your flagship title in the same fucking room. This is how you represent Xbox. This is how you represent Microsoft Game Studios. And if I was anyone worth my salt working high up on the food chain, I'd be looking at 343 and asking myself, whoa, whoa, whoa. Has anybody seen what is happening? Despite that, I appreciate that people at 343 haven't just, like, that the game hasn't just been canceled. I mean, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, maybe just starting fresh would be good, but I don't know, there's serious doubts around 343 and their ability to manage game development in a way that it is, like, basic expectations. Even indie games don't have problems with creating a progression system, yet multiverses and Splitgate just fucking blow Halo Infinite out of the water. You don't even have a progression system. The incompetence has gotten so extreme, it feels like this is a front, like tinfoil hat. Maybe someone has actually infiltrated 343 and Microsoft and has intentionally sabotaged the game. Like, that seems like a better explanation than just nobody there is working, or, you know, maybe it's corporate deadlock and it's like, hey, can we make the game better? Nope, run this update through 500 different people, and then if one of them says no, doesn't go through. Maybe it's deadlock, but I don't know. If you don't think Infinite is in dire straits right now, think about this, okay? Battlefield 2042 has more players on Steam and offers a better live service than Infinite. The game that looked like this, fucking this, is doing better than Halo Infinite. The game I said was the absolute worst multiplayer FPS title I have ever played in my entire life. That game is doing better than Infinite. It's an embarrassment. I'm not trying to be negative with these videos, but this is how I feel. Every positive thing 343 does is always overshadowed with 20 other